What's going on, guys? It's Keemstar bringing you guys another video for the fans, and today we're telling another story. I actually haven't done one of these in quite a few weeks. You guys always seem to enjoy them, and I always see you guys requesting them in my comment section and my tweets, so thank you for, wanting some storytelling, I guess you could say. But I have a pretty good story for you guys today, so hopefully you'll enjoy them. Like I said, I'll link a lot of the stories that I've done in the past down below in the description. You guys always seem to like them, always doing well, so thank you guys so much for that. And before I jump right into it, I'm going to tell you guys I'm going to try to pull a little Luna today. So if you guys know my boy Luna, he's always telling stories, and I just want to let you guys know that I did not get stabbed in the making of this video. I'm just kidding. I love my boy Luna. He's a good bud, but I actually do respect how he makes his stories and shit without actually cutting any of the video, you know what I mean? It's a lot harder just to talk for 5 to 10 minutes and recalling a story rather than saying a sentence, cutting, and saying another one. It's a lot harder. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, so we'll see how this goes. I usually do a lot of cut comms, so yeah, hopefully this goes well. But basically, getting right into the story, as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is a close run-in with the cops of my town. So basically, this was the first weekend of my senior year, almost exactly a year ago to this day. Which is kind of weird to think about that I'm doing this story, it's kind of coincidental, but yeah, basically it was a Friday night, first football game of the year. Everyone's getting hyped for it, and I was going to meet my friend at Chipotle before the game. If you guys don't know what Chipotle is, it's basically just like a Mexican grill, fast food place. I guess you can call it fast food, I don't know. It's my favorite food place by far. So glad I discovered it, so glad there's one like literally 5 minutes walking distance from my house. But if you don't, live the Chipotle life, then I don't know what you're doing, man. You're kind of missing out. I know there's not Chipotles all around the country, or all around other countries too, but I'm just saying, if you don't have one, if you've never been, you're really missing out. I'm sorry to you guys. But basically, I was going to meet him here, and like I've said in previous videos, I do not condone underage drinking whatsoever, you know what I mean? I may have done it, but you don't have, I'm not saying you have to go drink before these, parties or fucking football games or wherever you're going in your high school career to have fun, you know what I mean? I'm just saying I did it, and I'm not trying to act cool or add this to the story to make me, or, make others, impressed. I don't care about that. I'm just trying to give every detail to the story because it is a big factor in the story. So basically, before I met him at Chipotle, I drove over there, so I didn't do any drinking and driving, just to let you guys know that's not the case. I basically brought like 3 to 4 beers to Chipotle in the parking lot, down 3 to 4 of them right before I went in with him. I didn't even tell my friend to begin with, like he didn't even know until we were about to leave Chipotle. And about 10 to 20 minutes after that, we arrived to the actual football game, and my friend notices. I told him by this point, and basically he tells me to calm down because I'm starting to act really rowdy. Like I said, I'm not the most, outgoing person. I kind of keep to myself a lot of times, so me yelling or, raising my voice a lot of times, people will know that's not, there's something up, that's not really the natural Brian there. And at the front gate of the football game there are cops, so not only do they know me and that I'm not that, outgoing, I'm kind of more mellow. They'll know or pick it up even if they smell it too. I don't know how bad it, it reeks of alcohol, but basically he told me to calm down, so I did until we got into the game. And as we got into the game, when we went up to the stands, I'm talking to people that I've never talked to before in high school and shit like that. Like, I'm just the most outgoing person at the moment, and I'm raising my voice. I'm just turning around, talking to fucking parents. Like, I'm talking to everyone here. I don't think I was actually talking to parents, but I was talking to a lot of people that I've never talked to before, let's just say that. And I remember people near the end of the game were trying to figure out where people were going to be going, and actually it came out to be that we did not figure out where people were going, so we ended up leaving with the same kid that drove me to the game and also 2 other friends, and we drove around, and now they wanted to smoke. And when I mean smoke, I mean, weed, not fucking cigarettes. And like I said, I do not condone this either. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking weed as it is. I think it should be legalized everywhere, but that's, opinion is for another video, I guess you could say. But, basically they wanted to smoke, and I was like, fuck it, okay, great. And I'm already fucking partially drunk as it is. I'm not drunk, but I'm buzzed. I'm really buzzed, and I don't know, I just fucking, we parked in the most sketchy spot, I remember, like way in this back neighborhood of my town that I've never been in before. I don't know where we were as it is. And he just pulls out a fucking, what was it? What did he have? I don't think it was just a joint. I think it was an actual fucking bowl or something. I don't even know what we hit, but basically we hit that, and now I'm fucking buzzed and I'm high, and we actually got word from people that there were a lot of people, or a lot of our friends, a lot of people we hang out with, were actually at this kid's house very close to my house. So I'm like, great. I didn't really pick up on that, but when we got there, I noticed it, and we got there. Someone dropped us off, I remember. I think the kid that drove me to the game dropped us off, 3 of us, and we went to the backyard, and we were just hanging out there for about, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, and then out of nowhere, this girl comes running from the front yard to the backyard where we were, and we didn't have music blasting or anything. There was probably like 20 to 30 people there, and we weren't screaming. I mean, we were talking, but it wasn't anything where you would hear it like houses down if you were inside, if you were people on that street living there. And this girl comes running from the front yard. She's like, their parents are home, their parents are home. And so, like, as a cult of everyone in the backyard, we all literally, it was like a bunch of ants running in the same direction. Every single person got up and just started sprinting to, you know, farther into the backyard. And behind the woods area, there was another street right there. And all of a sudden, as we're all fucking running into the woods, about to cross into that other street, a cop pulls up and shines his lights, doesn't say a thing, and now all of us that all look like ants running in the same direction turn directions. So it literally, like, it's funny to think about, because like we all just fucking ran one direction, then everyone sees him, goes, oh shit, and then turns directions, and this is where everyone split up, you know what I mean? So I just ran for it, you know what I mean? I was so close. This is the funniest part of the story. I was fucking running, and I just remember there was a clothing line, like those things where people drive their clothes outside, and I just remember, you know, seeing it, so I noticed it, so I didn't hit it, but I just remember someone, I was running and I just heard someone just fucking go, oh, and they must have got fucking clocked by the clothing line. It was the funniest thing. To this day, I don't know who it was. I couldn't see shit because it was, you know, dark. It was like, what was it, like 11 o'clock at night, so I couldn't see shit, plus I'm buzzed, plus I'm high, so, you know, no one fucking knows where everyone is, or at least I don't. And I book it down the street, and I just remember, you know, running as fast as I could and hearing everybody stop on those like big cop, what are they, sirens, or the big mic things they have. And you know, I thought they were chasing me for a second, because as I said, I don't even know where I am to this point. And basically, I ended up meeting with 3 kids in some random backyard near the end of the road, and this is where I get closer to my house. And basically, this kid lived a street over from my house, so you had to cross the main road, and there was my street. And the 3 of us, or the 4 of us actually altogether, we were sitting in the backyard for about 5 minutes trying to decide what we were doing. We were all fucking hyped. We were like, dude, we are not getting caught right now. There's no way. Like, we're getting out of this. And basically, we hear some people's like voices, and we knew it wasn't cops. And I remember it was like 3 kids we met up with, and we moved to the other street originally where that other cop flashes lights. And we were already farther down the street, so we weren't going to get caught by him anyway. They were already sitting in there at the house, and we decided to go to the main road. And coincidentally, this was like the most coincidental fucking, like, you know, action movie type thing that could have ever happened to us. We see one of our friends drive in his big fucking, I forget what he drives, but it's a big SUV, and he fucking picks us up in the middle of the road. He sees us, he stops in the middle of the road. People are behind him in cars. People, you know, the people behind him in the cars probably had no idea what the fuck was going on, because 7 like high school kids just jumped at this car, and he already had like 5 to 6 people in his car, so his car was already packed as it is. And I remember like 3 to 4 people jumped in the front or the side of the thing, and there was no room in there, so me and another kid run to the back of the fucking the trunk. We open up the trunk and we hop in there, and it was like the most, like, I don't know, it was crazy. He's like, shut the fucking back, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to shut the back, and I remember there's like a little latch I had to pull, and I couldn't reach it. And you guys know that I'm buzzed, so I'm like, I don't even know, like, I can't even function my own body as it is right now, because I'm just mixing being buzzed and being high. And we shut that, and we're like, dude, we just got out of that. That was the craziest fucking thing ever. We all go to the basketball courts where everyone usually hangs out, or people that are bored just go there, and we're just talking about it. And people are getting texts that a few of our friends got caught, actually, I guess when people were running, you know, behind the woods right there, and then the cop flashes lights and people changed directions. There was other cops that in the front of the house that caught a few people that ran that way. And also there was like a few people parked there too at the front of the house, which was a stupid decision on their part, so they got fucking bagged as it is, because I remember a few people had alcohol in their car and the cops caught that. So yeah, so we got out of that and ended up going home, and it was just a crazy night as it is. And this isn't even like the fucking only thing that happened that weekend. The next night we got caught, or we didn't get caught, but another run-in by the cops again. But if you guys want to hear that, let me know. This video is already pretty long as it is, but it was a crazy weekend. So if you want to hear the next part of the story. It's I think it's even crazier than the first one. Let me know. Leave a fat like on this video. Thank you guys so much for listening to this whole video. If you listened to the entire thing, like I said, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your opinions are. If you fucking ever had a, you know, similar story or similar run into cops like this, let me know. But like I said, thank you so much for enjoying or watching this entire video. Leave a fat like. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Fucking with them old boys, you gon' get fucked over. Rari's and robots, these hoes are cheap salsa.